Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Yes.
So, yeah, we are already finished with your film screening. So, and it
Yes.
is our pleasure. That's our pleasure to have you here again in our class. We have a new class, yeah. So a new master edition of master students here at our JMSC. So, let me introduce our class. So
Hi.
students, yeah, from
Hi
this year
everyone.
master study of journalism. So that is Director Diem, yeah. So she already joined last year, and we had a long discussion with you, Diem, about your film. And yeah, again, congratulations. So it is a timeless masterpiece, and was it your debut feature or the first film? Can you give us some comments about the making of the film, how the idea came up, and what is your relation to the subject matter?
Yes. Uli is a lot of questions, right? It's just a list of questions. So so hi
Yeah.
everyone. Yes. My name is Diễm, and I'm from Vietnam. I'm based in Hanoi, in the north of Vietnam. And Children of the Mist is my first film. And in 2017, when I came to the village, into my protagonist village, and I just started to film Z and her friend playing around, and 1 years later, I decided to make a film about childhood, and I just curious how she will growing up. And I talked to Z about my idea, and she agreed to agree me to film her and her family, and her father and mother started to bring me to everywhere in the village to and they started to introduce me with their culture. And so I filmed Z in 3 years and a half. And yeah, and after this we sorry, I stay very close to the road, and sorry about the very annoying sound around
No,
here.
don't worry, don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah. And so and after 3 years and a half, we started to looking for we start to uh, applied the film project to for funding. And after this we just after we got the field funding, I just have the budget for translate how the footage. After 3 years and a half, I have more than 200 hours of the footage, and
Really? Uh-huh.
yes. And after 3 years, and I just have budgets for invite a Hmong translator from the from Sapa, from the village to Hanoi, and for translate whole the footage of the film. And after this, we decided to brought 60 hours from 100 hours to edit the film. And so it's very long process, and sometimes it's very tired. And it's my first film also. And we start
Ah,
we yeah we when we edit, and
yeah.
we also apply the film for post production funding. And also we work, and we also
Ah,
work. Yes, she's so annoying. So and sorry, and and so we finished the film after 5 years.
wow. Hmm.
Yeah, after 5 years. And
The, th the thing is, I'm very interested in to figure out, as a first-time filmmaker, how you deal with the preparation. So how you can tr create trust on the financer side. Um, can you give us, because some of our students may are interested in making films. So how you can start as a young filmmaker. So what does it need? So except talent.
Yeah. I'm not sure I have talent or not, but just
I think
make
definitely,
yeah, you know, no,
definitely,
no, no, but
definitely.
just yeah, but just making film, and I have background in journalist and communication, and I just
Ah.
joined very short workshop about documentary filmmaking, and it's a hi Ruby. Oh, yes, so happy to see you. And yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I just finished a very short workshop about documentary film in the south of Vietnam, and
Uh-huh.
it's 3 months workshop, and in 2016, and when I finished it, I back to the north of Vietnam, and in 2017 I started to make Children of the Mist, and I didn't have any experience from the first times, and so I also didn't have any funding in Vietnam, because we don't have um, some like film grant or film funding from
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam, and so I didn't have any experience, so I asked for my teachers in my class, and she agreed to help me when I talk with her about my idea and my um, and every time when I come to the village, and she and when I back to Hanoi with the footage, with the
Mm-hmm.
raw footage, and
Mm-hmm.
she watch hold the footage, and she gave
Mm-hmm.
my advice, and after 3 years, and she became one of my producer
Ah.
of the film. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, but first she just worked like a teachers, and gave me advice for my footage, and
Mm-hmm.
I explained to her what next,
Mm-hmm.
what I decided to film next,
Mm-hmm.
with Z and her family. And so for the budgets for the film, I also work for some of my friends. They're freelancer, and they're producers in like film, short film producers in Vietnam. They're TV televisions or some things, and
Mm-hmm.
they work for a newspaper, and they asked me for a film, some short film, and work for them. And after that, I got my salary, and I back to and I use this use my salary for filming in Sapa in
Mm-hmm.
3 years. and
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I keep continue, and sometimes I feel really um tired
Mm-hmm.
and disappointed about myself, and I sometimes I just feel like I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
I can become a filmmaker or not, but I really love cinema. So
Mm-hmm.
I find that I have a lot of freedom when I work as documentary filmmaker,
Mm-hmm.
and so I quit my job as journalist and focus
Uh-huh.
on filmmaker, and and yeah, I keep working, and I have a lot of friends. Even I didn't have a good camera, so I asked for my one of
Yeah.
my friend, and he gave me his camera for
Yeah.
3 years. And
Wow.
I when
Wow.
I we
Wow.
got the funding, I have the money and pay back for him.
Wow.
And also with my producers, I have two producers for this film, Soan Dubus and Trần Phương Thảo, and they work for me in 3 years, and they also edit my film,
Wow.
and they never ask about their salary, and
Okay. Mm,
they just
mm,
help me. And after 3 years, in 2019, we started have some funding from DMZ and from Busan Film Festival,
mm-hmm.
and
Ah,
we
Busan. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Busan was involved. Ah, yeah. Okay.
yeah, and so and from and so we just have a salary for payback for everyone working for the film.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And but for the first time, and everyone, even my friends, my producers, my teachers,
Yeah.
they just work for free, and they just want to help me finish the film.
Okay.
And And even I, when I remember when we in 2019, when we also got like a lot of funding from Sundance, from Hot Dogs from Canada also.
Ah, you also applied for the this kind of production fund from
Yes,
Sundance,
production
right?
from Sundance.
Ah,
Yes,
okay,
from
okay.
Sundance and
What
from
what did you may I ask you what did you
yes.
use to for the application? Did you finish a teaser, something like this, in a combination with a written proposal? Can you give us a detailed idea of what it needs? Yeah, because you was in a process of filmmaking in that
Mm-hmm.
time, right?
Mm.
And did you
Uh,
finish a teaser, something like this? What makes sure that what is the unique
mm.
storytelling element of this film?
We have, as I remember, we have also the very long proposal of the film, and we need to log in into their website, and we fill all the application on their website. And with I remember with the trailer, we have a 3 minute trailer for the film also, and we also, yes, we have 3 minutes,
Okay,
but
okay,
we also
super.
have we also have we also have uh, uh, 20. We also have 20 like rules selection of the film, and we also apply it.
May I know, is that did you just apply on your own, or your producer already know this is a good project? She recommend you to apply to
Mm,
Sundance because it's
yeah,
very, very competitive
Yeah,
to be selected.
yeah.
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
So
yeah.
what was the process?
uh, because because we also edit the we also film and edit the let me remember it a little bit. uh, 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 I also have my let me check it. Yes, but first, I remember we applied for Sundance after we got the funding from Hot Dogs, and we won the
Ah,
pitch,
okay,
and we won the pitch in Hot Dogs.
okay.
And so after that we decided to apply it for Sundance. And we also, it's really hard process, and there are a lot of like filmmakers want to apply it, but we decided to apply it because there's the production for we think it's suit for the film, because and so we decided to apply for it. And I remember we also have the 20 rush selection of the film.
20 minutes
Yeah,
clips.
20 minutes,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
when with the trailer, 3 minutes of the
Yeah.
trailer. Yeah.
Ah, and do you remember? Do you remember the scene, the most intense scene? Yeah, when the woman, the girl was
Yeah.
captured. Yeah. So
Yeah.
was it a part of the presentation?
Yes.
Uh, yeah. Did you
Yeah.
included this material because that makes your story so unique, and it shows that you have a very exclusive access to the subject matter, to the main protagonist. I think that makes your project so unique. Yeah, the storytelling perspective, your access to
Mhm.
subject matter and to protagonist. I think, and that was included in your presentation, right?
Yeah. I
Would you
remember when. Yeah. So
would
please.
you send us the trailer? That is it the same trailer or the different trailer?
Uh,
The final trailer.
yeah, is a different trailer with the final trailer for the film, because the 3 minutes for trailer we applied for film funding is explores a lot of story in the film.
Mm-hmm.
So when we finish the film and we apply for a film festival, or for when we're looking for the distribution for the film, and we decided to remove
Yes.
some scene
Yes.
out of the trailer. And so also when we made the trailer, we also asked the distribution company of the film that like the trailer is okay or not, and they gave us some advice. And when so edit again the trailer for the film again, and we actually we have two trailer for the film, the final film, and one trailer we made it from our side, from the director and from the producer of the film. But the another trailer, the distributor the distributor
Distributor.
the
Distributor.
distributor from US, they made one version for US market, and yeah, and they run
So,
it. Yeah.
so the IFA, um, when you applied to IFA, what stage were you in? Were you have a rough cut already? And did your producer help you to sort of, because IFA is again very competitive. They have hundreds of applications. So how would you make your reel stand out for among the hundreds of applicants? How do you prepare for that stage?
For ITFA, because I remember ITFA have two stage for application, and we so because we first we applied first for A&D fund from Busan Film Festival, from Busan, and so um, we we changed a little bit our application for ITFA, and when we apply for ITFA, we still I'm still filming. I'm still filming because I'm still filming and still find the ending for the film, because I when I want to make the film, I want to make a about film about childhood, about some kind of film, soft and funny, and something is really beautiful about childhood. But when I film the scene, she was kidnapped by not kidnapped, bride catching by the boy and his family, and so I was very afraid for the time, because I know my footage about the bride catching
Yes.
is very strong, and
Mhm.
and if we edit somehow not good, and we can make my first idea for about the film for childhood is I afraid it will destroy my idea for the first film I want to make it. And so I decided to convince my producer let me film more than 1 year after, when I still can follow the protagonist to high school, and with new friend, new teachers, and it's boarding school in far away from her village. It's 20 kilometers away from her village, and his and so I filmed more than 1 year after, and we applied it for better fund for continue filming, and for develop my film and my story, and looking for the ending of the film, and yeah, and I remember I applied it fast for production. Yes, for production stage, and we also and ITFA Better Fund team also put me into they have a like ITFA project space,
Mm.
and it is a like a workshop for every project had support from ITFA,
Yeah.
and we in the we and when we in the editing phase, they also invite one like a mentor from for when we edit the film, and he's a very good mentor from UK. Yes,
From
and
UK.
yes, from
He or she
UK.
was from UK. Okay. Mhm.
Yes, and they gave us some really good advice for when we edit the film from 3 hours down to 2 hours, from 2 hours to 90 minutes, 92 minutes, and for some structure of the film also. Yeah, and it's very good for first time and second time filmmaker to apply for for ITFA project space, and there's yeah, it's free. It's also free. Yeah.
But it's you have to get in
Yeah.
selected. I think let's open to
our
the
audience.
audience, the student, because they want to make film. It's also will be their first time filmmaking. So I'm sure they have a lot of questions for you. Any questions? Yes. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Dion. Hello. I'm Jiaxing. Nice to meet you. Thanks for sharing the story with us. It was very, very emotional and everything. But then I have a question regarding the process. So throughout the filming process, do you ever feel like you're kind of like exploiting the privacy of a 14 years old girl? Do you ever feel like that? And then if you actually did feel a bit of that, how do you deal with that and how do you justify? Because I feel like she was way too young to be on the camera and then everything. And I just have this concern, maybe like when the main character, when she grows up, she will regret the decision that she made to be agreeing in front of the camera. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, is yeah, when I filming, especially when I because when I filming, I very curious how she growing up, and I really curious about the when childhood say goodbye to us, when and how, and it's also my first film, and I really don't know how, and and so I try, and I decided to come and to came to her house and her village and her school every each years, and it came like for start and begin when she back to school for Lunar New Year festival, or for the when they in summer when she left school and back to her house, and I feel sometimes I feel really hard to film when she, because I know for some film like coming of age story, coming of age film, we also have like some she started to uh, have a new relationship with boyfriend, with someone else outside, and I think it's really very necessary for the film. And I also talked to her, like she told to me some really funny story when she hung out with her boyfriend, and I say, oh, and I try to convince her, like, can you just let me film it? And she said, no, I don't want to film it, no. And she refused me. It's in 1 year. And I said, no, but I would just want to hang out with you, and just film a little bit, and about your new relationship, blah blah blah. And after this, and she said, yes, okay, you can follow me, but one day I just I just I just allow you follow me one day in Lunar New Year festival when I hang out with friends, blah blah blah, and she just allow me one day. It's exactly just you can see in the film. It's just one day. She allowed me, and I lucky enough to film, and she just allowed me one day. And sometimes she don't want me to film me. She just like put in the camera like this, and I understand, and so I just turn off my camera. And I remember when she watched the final film, and she cried. Sometimes she cry, and sometimes she laugh, and she cry and laugh in same time sometimes. And in the middle of the film, she just turned out and she asked me like, I feel you also very sad, but why you still keep filming filming me? And she asked me like that, and I just answered Z like, if if I stop filming you, like now you don't have anything to watch again, and you cannot imagine and remember exactly how you changing when you're from a little girl to a teenager. And she said, yeah, you're right. And I mean, sometimes she just forgot what she did in the past, and when she watched the film, she remember it, and she also feel interesting. It's me, because I have my feeling when she watched the film. She watched her herself in the film, in the screen, like another person. I mean, she she have the distance with her in the past, and sometimes she feels so uh uh sometimes and I remember the most feeling of her when she watched the film is she feel she regret a lot when she did with her mother, and she also realized her mother loved her so much. And I remember after the film screening, and after so many thing happen in her life, and her mom, like, had a better relationship, and they understand each other very well after the film and after so many things. And so sometimes I just feel like, um, uh, uh, sometimes I just feel exactly the way to make Children of the Mist somehow is really uncomfortable for me. Sometimes it's really, I also feel hurt, feel bad when I film, and because it's her story also affect me, and then sometimes I feel it's really bad and really hurt. And 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 when, as you remember in the film, when she back to the house and drank the alcohol with her ex-boyfriend, and they decided to separate from each other. And I just stop filming, and because I didn't find I couldn't find her dad and her mom, and I think they didn't made anything to help me and help Z in these times. And I decided to stop filming and back to Hanoi, and in 6 months, and I didn't answer the call from Z and her father also. And I feel very bad and feel angry, and Z also feel sad about their mom and their father. And but after 1 year, after 6 months, I decided to came back and talk with them about my feeling, and Z also talked about her feeling with her mom and her dad again. And somehow we misunderstood between each other. And it's I for now I have another project for working with children, and I also send it to Ruby and to Oli also. And I feel more comfortable for work with my protagonist in the another way, with Children of the Mist. Like, for this film, I made the film like a letter to their mom from the two protagonists. They also the kid, but they involve, I think they involved a lot from in the filmmaking process. They write the letter for their mom, and when they watch the footage, and they also work with me when I write, when I record their voice over for the film, and feel more comfortable in that way for me film with protagonists. But for Children of the Mist, sometimes I feel like it's really hard for filmmaker deal with the privacy of the characters, and sometimes and I also ask Z when I filming, and I and she allowed me, but sometimes when I put when we edit the film, we also remove a lot of footage that too much I mean it's too much is that it we, and sometimes we but somehow it's really hard for filmmaker to is to deal with these problems in I mean yeah it's really hard. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I think that's the most important question. How can you build trust? How can you keep the trust to your main protagonist? At the end of the day, in a 1.5 hour film, it looks so easy, or it looks not easy, but it is, yeah, only 1.5 hour. But there are a lot of difficulties behind, and it is good to hear about this from your perspective. Because I'm, and also Ruby, if you are a filmmaker, you are mostly mostly involved in difficulties. So you have to try to go in a very to surround all the difficulties in a very creative way. Yeah, and that makes you strong. And it the base for all these is a very strong will. Yeah, do you agree?
Yeah, because I was so scared at this moment when I filming Z, and when the boy and the family came, and I was so scared, and my producer called me from Hanoi, and she afraid when I too afraid I will stop filming, and she afraid that, and she said like, please keep the camera, and please film as film everything as your eyes and as your feeling, and when you're scared just film everything like your feel with your feeling and with your eyes, and so I also I don't speak Hmong language, and I film everything when I when I don't understand the language. So I had to try to figure out and try to guess, and try to use my camera for smooth, and for try to not bother anyone when they're speaking or when they're talking, and try to find my place and when I filming.
You were a observer and then as well as a participant, and I think that's a tough one. And so for you to kind of, it's your learning project as also growing as a person as well as a filmmaker. I think that's very hard, and I think time taking it to make it in 3 years, that's very smart, because you can just leave the project and, as you have mentioned, have a ending as a very sensational end with the kidnapping. It could be a good sensational piece, but you have to be fair to your protagonist, and you end up, it's about her growing up as well as you growing up as a filmmaker. So I think that's a parallel process. So that's very, very good. I think you said for your next film, you learn it more. It's probably you want a little bit distant to your protagonist. It's like you making the film with them about their personal feeling. I think it's very good. Any other questions? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and thank you so much for your sharing. And I just have one little question. How do you balance yourself as a pure observer and in the meantime you are a participant? Because just now I saw your protagonist. She asked you, "Do you hate me?" Or so. I'm a little bit worried that as a filmmaker, sometimes we may get a little bit too involved in our protagonists, their lives. So how do you balance yourself as a filmmaker, as an observer, and at the meantime you are a participant? Yeah.
Yeah. I think the main problems when I work as filmmaker, that I think a lot of my come on, you're so annoying. Say hi. Hi. Okay, let's go. And so and so and uh and sometimes it my protagonist story, my protagonist feeling, and my protagonist problem affect me a lot, and I also feel hurt, feel bad, feel sad, and feel disappointed, and feel useless. Sometimes I feel I'm very useless. I cannot help them. I cannot figure out a lot of problem around my protagonist, and sometimes I feel really really useless, and sometimes I feel really hard to convince myself for keep working and for keep continue and keep filming, and 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 but I realize also, if I want to work as filmmaker, especially as a director for the film, I have to take the I have to become a really I, re, re, uh, uh, let me find the words. I respons- responsibility. I need to be responsibility. I for work with my team, work with my producer, and responsibility. So. Uh, and it's it's really hard. I mean, it's really hard to convince ourselves to work, and yeah, it's I think now is still most hard part for me for working with another project is yeah, and so but so back to your questions. I sorry. I just can you just repeat your question, because I just like.
I think you pretty much answered, because it's a learning process. I think that you have to taking the break to not film for 6 months, and you want to have some breathing room.
Yeah.
Breathing room is important, and you have also producer from outside of your um, culture to be an outsider to judge the film. I think is very important, because you can be too involved. You don't have objectivity to your subject anymore. So it's complicated when you just make your film on yourself, and it's something that is a passion. And it's always good to have outside mentor to help you, because it's not easy to make a film.
And so, and every time I feel I'm so too close with my protagonist, and sometimes I feel I'm too close with my protagonist, and it somehow it can hurt me also. It hurt my protagonist also. So, when we the strangers person, and we affect each others. So I just left her village and back to Hanoi, and I sometimes I just too depressed, and I was too depressed, and I just like slept into a 1 week, and just wake up for eating, and just back to sleep again in 1 and 2 week, and sometimes I just back to my hometown and met my parents, and sometimes I just hang out with my friend, and have fun, and work work with another things different with filmmaking process, and sometimes I watching film, and sometimes it's really nonsense television show, and sometimes I just laughing in 3 or 4 days with watching nonsense, and like YouTube, everything, TikTok, whatever, and it's just to have fun. And what and when I have the distance, my producers or my they also talk about the distance. Is the distance between filmmaker and the protagonist is very important. Sometimes we need to when we feel so close with protagonist, we need to stay back a little bit and have the distance with the story, distance with the feeling, and it's like a painting. My producer says it's like a painting. Sometimes we 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 stand very close to paint the details, and sometimes we have to stay very far away from our painting for watch the full landscape of the paint. And so that's why sometimes I need to stay very far from my it's very physical uh, um, physical distance sometimes, yeah. And so yeah, and try to balance myself, try to balance my feeling, and my producer also said like the few when I filming, they said the future of the protagonist is the most important. The film is very important for us, for the filmmaker, but for our protagonist it's not it's not important with them. The film is not important for them, and they have some really serious problem in their life, and they need to figure it out, they need to fix this, and somehow we have to respect it, we have to respect it, we have to help them, we have to uh, and so my producer always say the future of Z, of my protagonist, is the most important for us when I filming and when we editing the film also. And so yeah.
Great.
Great.
Thank you
That's a
for thank you.
great point about ethical and moral issue in documentary. And so you put the protagonist's life first because you are making a picture of their life, and respecting your protagonist is number one. The filming is second. So remember that.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer. I gained a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, yeah, do you have another question? Can we ask you one more question? Okay, we have a student.
Sorry, can we have the cat again?
Hello, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Yes.
I'm very interested in learning more about your experience with the language barrier, which I think is very interesting. I wanted to know if you think it would have become a different film if you were to, if you knew how to speak the Hmong language, and if you think that in any way maybe not speaking the language changed or maybe even helped you make the film that it ended up becoming, or if you think that maybe it would have been better for you to understand or to have a translator with you, for example, on the ground, or if you think that would be hindering, or maybe also how much the language barrier affected how much you could communicate with Z and the family about your intentions with the film. Did that change how much you told them about what you expected or wanted this film maybe to become?
Hi, thank you for your question. Is really important questions because when Z and her family can speak Vietnamese a little bit, and we in very simple way. And so when I explain to them, I need to find the easiest way and to speak and to make them understand me, and also they can understand a lot of Vietnamese, but when they work answer, they answer in Hmong, because they understand me more than I understand them. Sometimes I feel they more understand me than I understand them. Is yeah. And so I think because um when I don't know, when I filming and I don't know when they talk, I have to imagine in my mind what they're speaking, and so I focus more on on the image and on when filming, and so I have my own feeling in my mind, and so I think it's I think it's okay, and sometimes I feel more comfortable for my protagonists when they understand that I don't understand what they're speaking. That means they have a lot of freedom to talk about everything, blah 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 blah, and when they just speaking and after they after when I film them, and vi- uh, for example, I film them when they just speaking something is really like have a lot of emotionally when they speaking, and I just film, and after this, when they stop talking, I just ask them back by Vietnamese, like what did you talk, and they just explain a little bit for me by Vietnamese, and so and I understand it, and they talk about this, talk about that, blah blah blah. I can use this, and I just note it in my my notebook, and yeah, and after 3 years I translate it. And so so yeah, but I also feel like if when you're making film, you have a translator follow the filmmaker everywhere, every time, it's still okay, but I'm feel free when I work with the protagonist, that I don't understand their language. It's with me it's so very joyful when I film it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was it for today, but it's not the end. It's not an ending. So you are already started to work on another project. We had a long talk about this, and you are more than invited, also in person. Yeah. So to our program here, we want to collaborate with you. We are very interested in your work, and we want to support you, DM. You have a great talent. You have a talent, and your work is in a way very interesting because you're doing the camera work by yourself. Yeah, you have a very close relation to your subject matter. There's something personal in the films from yourself. Yeah, you are also living in a village. That is what you told me. So, and that is all about what we want to teach here. So, yeah, the personal relationship to the subject matter, and you represent it in a good way. So, and yeah, we wish you good luck. We wish you good luck, the students, Ruby and me. And yeah, ask us if you need help. Yeah, it's not so far away. Yeah, Hanoi from Hong Kong. Yeah.
Thank you again. Thank you. And good luck on your next project. We're happy to help you if you need any help. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone, and I wish your I wish everything
Thank
go
you.
well with your projects, and maybe I can watch your films in next years.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can arrange you to come over to visit Hong Kong. Is your cat around? Will be a great picture of you with the cat.
I don't know where she is now. She's very annoying. You can also hear the dog barking around.
Don't worry about it. That was so cute to have the visit from your cat. And that's how you keep yourself working. Also, the distraction is good with animals around.
Thank you.
Thank
I,
you.
I I think when I started to make film is it's just I mean filmmaking is like a handicraftsman. They work with their craft, and I think it's more easier to keep going without to thinking about talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, just working and try to be better. and so it's I try to convince myself like this.
Yes. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, and
Bye bye.
good luck
Good
to everyone.
luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Bye bye.
See you. See you.